find out what's going on in the world. We talk about the issues of the day, the events of the day, the people that people are talking about. We have an interesting way of looking at the news and having a little fun with the issues. So if you want to have some fun, learn a few things, and get up on the right side of the world, Doug Steffens' Good Day program on CRN Digital Talk.
Be sure to check out Good Day USA weekdays 3 to 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time right here on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Welcome back, folks. We want to get right into this these sound bites here. We got about 18, 15, 16, 18 of these things. Primarily, a lot of them are Rick Perry and also the people commenting on what Rick Perry has to say. Let's start out with soundbite number one.
We have led Texas based on some just really pretty simple guiding principles. One is don't spend all of the money. You know, 2 is keeping the taxes low and under control. 3 is you have your regulatory climate fair and predictable. 4 is reform the legal system so frivolous lawsuits don't paralyze employers that are trying to create jobs.
Okay, that's okay. That's fine. Those are very obvious things that are right up in front. What we want to talk about more, we want to get these candidates talking about more, is how we go about turning America around. We need more of that.
Over the years, we've followed this recipe to produce the strongest economy in the nation. Since June of 2009, Texas is responsible for more than 40% of all of the new jobs created in America. Now think about that. We're home to less than 10% of the population in America, but 40% of all the new jobs were created in that state.
Exactly. I mean, the success of this country has been broken down into how states operate and function. The success of America isn't because of the government getting in and pushing commerce. It's the individual people in their respective individual states that make this thing go.
More from candidate Rick Perry.
Now, I'm a Texan and I'm proud of it. But first and foremost, I'm an incredibly proud American. And I know something. America is not broken. Washington, D.C. is broken.
Okay, he's correct, but tell us how and why it's broken.
I came to South Carolina because I will not sit back and accept the path that America is on. Because a great country requires a better direction. Because a renewed nation needs a new president.
Yeah, factually correct. We need a new president, but everything else is political hyperbole.
We'll get America working again. We'll create jobs and we'll build wealth. We'll truly educate and innovate in science and in technology and engineering and math. We'll create the jobs and the progress that's going to be needed to get America working again. And I'll promise you this. I'll work every day to try to make Washington, D.C. as inconsequential in your life as I can.
Yes, that's the most important thing he said there.
Most important.
That's the most important thing. Get the government out of your life.
Get the jobs created.
The fact is, for nearly 3 years, President Obama has been downgrading American jobs. He's been downgrading our standing in the world. He's been downgrading our financial stability. He's been downgrading our confidence and downgrading the hope for a better future for our children. That's a fact.
True.
Of course. That's his politic. You have to debase and get people to hate themselves and hate what they do and get rid of the standard way of doing things because you have been pushed into an emotional cul-de-sac when you realize that money is bad, wealth and accomplishment is bad, it's selfish, and you should be giving it to people who can't afford it. That's the redistribution of wealth. That is the confiscatory mindset of liberals.
All right, then candidate Rick Perry says the statement that may have gotten him into trouble.
I'll take a pass on the Federal Reserve right at the moment, to be real honest with you. I know there's a lot of talk and what have you about them. If this guy prints more money between now and the election, I don't know what y'all would do to him in Iowa, we would treat them pretty ugly down in Texas. I mean, printing more money to play politics at this particular time in American history is almost treacherous, or treasonous, in my opinion.
Talking about Ben Bernanke possibly printing more money.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's close
exactly.
to being treasonous.
He's correct. There's a way of saying it, and he may have not been eloquent in saying it, but he's absolutely correct in the sum total of his beliefs there.
Okay, Soundbite Society reaction comes back. White House Press Secretary Robert Gibbs on MSNBC.
I think the statements that Perry made are remarkable in the sense that just 2 years ago, the governor of Texas openly talked about leading Texas out of the United States of America, and now this campaign has caused him to profess his love for the United States. I think it's a remarkable turnaround, and I think any day now, Rick Perry will probably ask to see the president's birth certificate.
This guy's an idiot. First of all, Rick Perry leads one of the most proficient states in the union. The reason he said he wanted to secede is because of government involvement.
Right.
Now he's running for president.
He can do something
and
about
the
it.
platform is to get rid of government. So why wouldn't he love the country and allow the states to handle themselves? Get rid of government and things will be fine. This guy's an idiot. It's more propaganda. It's more of this pernicious peddling of the pornographic politic. You see it here in every one of these sound bites. They haven't got the ability to tell you that 2 and 2 is 4.
Gets better because now on MSNBC, your old buddy Chris Matthews has some comments.
You've been an editor for many years, a top editor at the Post. Do you think the nation's newspapers and the big news organizations are now going to send every nickel they have, sending young people out there to go investigate this guy?
Absolutely.
I think there's going to be a tremendous amount of investigation of this guy. He better be clean as a whistle. The time's coming. He's arrived. The march of time has begun.
Well, it's hot in
this
here.
Guy, anyways, thank you. Hey, you don't like the heat? Stay out of the kitchen, Governor.
Yeah, let me tell you something. If you don't like the heat, stay out of the kitchen, Governor. How about stay out of the kitchen, Barry? This guy should have been vetted. Where was Chris Matthews when it came time to vet this president? He was nowhere because he's a propagandist and he's a liar, and this guy to be ashamed of himself. And if I was in his company and he said that to me, I'd challenge this guy. This guy is a weasel.
Wolf Blitzer.
Rick Perry, the governor of Texas, Republican presidential candidate now, says the men and women of the United States military want someone who's worn the uniform. He says he served in the Air Force. Do you see a comment like that he makes referring to you as disrespectful to the commander-in-chief?
You know, Mr. Perry just got in the presidential race, and I think that everybody who runs for president, it probably takes them a little bit of time before they start realizing that this isn't like running for governor or running for senator or running for Congress. And you've got to be a little more careful about what you say. But I'll cut him some slack. He's only been at it for a few days now.
Oh, you're going to cut him some slack. Oh, you're going to cut him some slack. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. This guy here is a commie. This guy is the worst possible guy that could occupy the White House. And for him to have any opinion at all about someone else's behavior, you got to be kidding me.